Hey everyone. Today I wanted to come out and tell you about something that I'm kind of going through in my personal slash medical life, and that has to do with a chronic pain disease that they are currently in the process of diagnosing me with. So I have like a tentative diagnosis with it. They just have to do some MRIs, CAT scans, whatever they do to make sure that it's not something else that's going on. So the condition is called trigeminal neuralgia, which is really long to say, and the pain is bigger than the words themselves. So, about a year ago, I started having pain down here, and this pain is the most excruciating pain that I've ever experienced in my life. The best way to describe it, when people ask me what it feels like my dad was like, "Oh, so it's like throbbing, like pulsating pain that like goes with your heartbeat." Like, no, not exactly. That's more like what normal tooth pain is. This feels like ninjas with little electrified swords that have poison on their tips. And these little ninjas are like stabbing your jaw, and then the pain radiates here and then goes to here. It goes over to my ear. Then my ear feels a little different. My ear feels like it's stuffed like really, really far underwater and like an ear infection. And then the pain goes down my throat a little bit. I can't really describe the pain in my throat because this is the worst, this is the second worst, and then this pain is just there. So I can't really remember what it feels like. I haven't had an attack in about 2 weeks, but they come and go. I haven't really decided, or I haven't really discovered, I guess, what my triggers are for it. I know that the cold air affects it, but just going back, I kind of wanted to tell you like what my story was, and if this is something you can relate to. I just hope that this reaches someone that has really bad tooth pain and doesn't go through what I almost went through, because that would have been devastating. So I started having this pain. Obviously, you get tooth pain. What do? You make an emergency appointment to go to the dentist. So they're like, okay, you've got a cavity. They filled my cavity. I'm like, okay, felt good the next day. I assumed that everything was going good. And then a couple months later, and I really should have tracked the pain, but I didn't think it was pertinent at the time. But however long later, I started having pain again. And it got so bad that I just like I wanted pain medicine, and I'm adamantly against opiates. I've had so many friends that have gone down that road, but I was at the point where I would have taken, if it would have it was horrible, and if a doctor had offered it to me, I would have taken it. And I remember being at my brother's house, and I went out in the cold weather, and it was even worse. And it was like labor pains in my mouth, like walking around. Oh, laying down doesn't help it. Being active doesn't help it. The only thing I can do is like pace around and be like, oh, it hurts so bad. Like I can't really describe it. Maybe I'll have my husband record me one of these days when I'm in pain. Absolutely horrible. It's the worst pain. I would not wish it on anyone. Um, so I keep going to the dentist, and finally they're like, we don't know what's wrong. Um, we're going to just start pulling teeth. And I was like, no, okay, they're going to pull teeth because they're assuming I have a bad teeth. So they were just going to start yanking teeth out of my face to see what worked. And I guess they figured once they pulled the bad tooth that was hurting me, that the pain would go away. So I kind of saved by the bell here. I got the pain again, and this time it affected my ear, and I'm like, okay, it's affecting my ear. Maybe this is all coming from an ear infection, or maybe I have an abscess that's affecting my ear. I need antibiotics. I called the dentist office and I said, before I have my tooth extractions done on Monday, I need to get on antibiotics. I'm pretty sure I have a tooth infection. And they're like, well, you're nursing a baby. You can't be on antibiotics. I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true at all. You're making that up. I called my OBGYN. I told her, I was like, my doctor won't put me on antibiotics. Hold on a second. Someone wanted some love. I was pregnant with her, and then I was nursing her, and um, I called my OBGYN and I said, listen, the dentist office isn't going to put me on antibiotics. They said I'm not allowed to have them when I'm nursing. I know that's not true. Can you like write them a note? Can you tell them what I can have? And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to prescribe them to you. So my OBGYN gave me antibiotics and it went away the next day. And again, I just assumed that I fixed it because it went away the next day. You know, I had no pain. So, or it went away as soon as I took an antibiotic, which I guess, you know, they probably shouldn't work that fast. But so I just assumed that, you know, I've got it all figured out, you know, I'm doing good here and gonna get my teeth extracted. So I called the dentist's office and I said, listen, I started antibiotics on Sunday. I can't have my extraction done on Monday because you're supposed to wait, I don't know, like 24, 48, 72 hours, whatever, after you start antibiotics before you can have a tooth pulled. So I kind of lucked out. And then I didn't have tooth pain again for a while there. And I thought, oh, okay, I probably fixed it. Never rescheduled my extraction. Somewhere in the meantime, a new dentist got assigned to my office. And I started having tooth pain again. And I went to this new dentist. And he looked at my x-rays. And he was like, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Something else is going on. Well, at the very beginning when this happened, my cousin has this disease. It's a nerve disease called trigeminal neuralgia. So she's got this thing called trigeminal neuralgia. Sorry about my dog. He's crazy. And yes, way he is. And she told me to look it up. And like in the beginning, I was like, oh, maybe that's it. And then everything kind of fixed itself. And I was like, no, that's not it. I think I got this figured out. There's no way I have like this crazy nerve disease. But apparently, you know, I finally went into my doctor, my general practice doctor, and told them what was going on. And they're like, yeah, you do have it. So a little bit about my episodes here. When I have an episode, they generally last 15 minutes to 2 hours. So that's 15 minutes to 2 hours of excruciating pain. And it's absolutely insane. I have to keep pausing. I think my husband's sitting out in the driveway and that's why my dog's barking. So it's 15 minutes to 2 hours of excruciating pain. I don't know when it's going to come. Nothing will fix it. I've tried everything. I have over-medicated myself to the point where the next day I had stomach pains because I would take the max amount of Aleve, the max amount of Tylenol, the max amount of aspirin, the max amount of like everything that I could take. And the thing is that I haven't tried opiates. Like I said, I'm adamantly against them. But the thing is because of the nature of this condition, opiates don't even help you. So there's absolutely no point in taking a painkiller because they don't even help you. So, yeah, that's my story, and I'll keep you updated as I learn more about it. I am eventually going to have an MRI and a CAT scan and whatever else they have to do on me. They did give me pills too. They gave me some baclofen. So the next time I have an episode, I am to take a baclofen and see if that works. I don't know. I haven't had an episode since they gave it to me. But I just kind of wanted to let you know that if you're having these issues, you're not alone, and I know how much it sucks. And if you're having tooth pain that you don't think is caused by a tooth, or it feels like electrical pulses, like please go to your doctor and get it checked out before you just decide to have teeth ripped from your head. Because if things hadn't played out the way that they would, I would probably have no teeth right up here, because these were the ones they were going to pull. Even though my pain was coming from here, they were going to pull the teeth from here. And if I had followed their initial instructions and done what they wanted me to, and not fought back about, well, I was fighting the wrong things, but not fought back about the antibiotics, then I would have like a quarter of a mouth of teeth gone that weren't even necessary to be pulled. And apparently, if you have teeth pulled, it can actually cause more issues for the condition too. Yeah, you tell them. You tell them. I guess this gets worse as you get older. And I don't wish this on anyone. Let me just tell you, that's all I gotta say. If you're having this, I'm really sorry. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you're having it, and it's tough. It's a rough thing. But I will update you as I have my tests done, and if I ever have to take that medication and if it works or not. I'll let you know how it works, because there's a lot of people out there. I never even heard of this, but I joined a Facebook group, and there's a ton of people out there that are just like, that have this, and there's probably people out there that have it that don't know that they have it too. Yeah, I also have, oh, what's it called? What's that called? I can't remember what it's called. Where your jaw clicks. I don't know if you can hear it. I can't remember what it's called. I also have that. What is it called? Somebody help me out here. What's it called? TMJ. It's called TMJ. So I've also got TMJ, and I guess that those can kind of like go together. So, anyways, I'm out. Baby Claire says bye. Say bye in her old-fashioned outfit. Oh, she says hi, actually. She says, Baby Claire says, if you want to have updates about mommy's mouth issues and what works and what doesn't work and what she finds out, hit the subscribe button. Say bye.